Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Ross here, and today's Hearts of Iron video is a very special video. Why, you might ask? Well, the reason why is some mod developers reached out to me earlier this week, and they said, "Hey Ross, we see that you make lots of videos on Hearts of Iron content, and we were wondering, would you like to try out a new mod?" And I said, well, fuck yeah, I want to. Now this is a private beta mod, meaning that no one else has access to it except for a select few people. I'm not the only YouTuber that has access to it, but I'm one of them. Now, you could tell maybe by the mod's name, The Great War, that this is a World War I complete overhaul for Hearts of Iron 4. What it allows you to do is start the game in 1910 as any nation that was present during that time period. But the kind of impressive thing is about how much detail they've already put into this mod. To name a few things: new music, new loading screens, new tech trees, new focus trees, new doctrine. And I have to say, just absolutely impressed that this is just a beta. So many other mods that have been released are piecemealed and just pieces of a mod. This is the most complete mod of a World War I total conversion that I have seen to date, and I have to say, initial impressions, 10 out of 10. So let's just dive into the details so I can show this off to you, and then maybe you can leave comments about what you think. If you like this video though, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And let's get down into the details. First, there's two different scenarios. There's a 1910 scenario and a 1914 scenario. So you can start right at the beginning or leading up to World War I. Once you select your scenario, you can choose the different countries that you want to start at. These countries that you see here have complete focus trees for their nation, and it's very different between each one. Some of them are very similar in the sense of what they're researching stuff, but they have all unique names and also unique things for them. Like the Russian Empire has things that focus on Finland. Germany has things that focus on allying with Italy, and so forth and so on. Some of the other countries that are not included here have their own focus trees as well, such as, more notably, the United States. When we get to the loading screen, we can see that the map looks very different. There's a Russian Empire that's fairly large. China is not China anymore, it's the Qing Dynasty. Then you also have the German Empire, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and which is interesting is how much territory Germany actually did have in Africa, and then way over here. So it might be kind of beneficial to have a German empire with lots of territory far out. Here's a focus tree. This one is for Germany, and you can see right off the bat that it's very different from the vanilla game. And also there's lots. Right now it seems that all of them are set to 70 days. They might change this later on, but this is a lot of different focus things to kind of research through. But it gives you a lot of opportunities to kind of focus on different things. So you might play this mod multiple different times and have different turnouts where you hit certain things at certain time periods. The one thing I have to say between this mod and any other conversion mod is that you usually are limited with how many focus things that you have to concentrate on, and you kind of feel it is a little lacking, where you run out of things to have it set as your national focus. I don't think you are going to have a problem with this mod with that issue. Like I said before, each nation has its own details. This is the Russian Empire focus tree, and you can see it says reinforce Russian Navy, but also we have Baltic Sea focus, we have repel the October Manifesto, we have halt the workers' strike, we have the Peter's Dream, we have improve relations with Romania, knife in the back. We have lots of different events that are driven by your focus tree, so it's going to be interesting to play. And I don't usually do multiplayer, but I have to say this might be a very fun mod to play with your friends. The one thing to note though is all countries are not created equal. This country, the Ottoman Empire, only has 3 research slots. They can gain an additional 2, but most of the other major nations start out with 4. The other things that the other nations might be lacking are advisors. The Ottoman Empire does not have a lot of advisors. They only have 1 theorist, and they only have exactly 3 military high command. So your other more major nations definitely have a potential upper hand, I guess you would say, against other nations. The one thing you might notice that I keep on repeating is my love of this mod about attention to detail. Attention to detail directly correlates back to immersion factor. And just like the vanilla game totally immerses you into the World War II scenario for your nation, so does this mod, and it all comes down to that attention to detail. Such as here is the United States focus tree, and they have their own focuses, such as neutral foreign policy, war in Europe debates. You have to take position or go to pacifism. You can support the British or support Germany. Or you can go over here and you could go down the communist line where you adopt Marxist ideas, and then the Soviet States of America. Down your naval tree, you will have at the end where you have the USMC deployment, which is just interesting because it is very specific to just the United States. All the tech has been redone as well. You have the early tank projects, you have chemical weapons that you could research, new engineering, new industry, you can increase your resource gain. There's a new doctrine for everything. Here's the air doctrine called the Flying Corps, the naval doctrine, which is the new one, is called the High Seas Fleet, and the land doctrine, which is called Cult of the Offensive Doctrine. You have a new artillery piece called Heavy Artillery instead of Anti-Tank. The heavy artillery kind of works as siege artillery, but pretty much just replaces the anti-tank artillery. When you start the game, you do not have access to armor, which is pretty cool because also you get to see the evolution of tanks throughout war and throughout history. The support battalions go all the way back to 1900. What's interesting though is you can research radio and then also do all these. This radio is not time locked to 1936 era. If you guys like mechanized, do not worry, there's a horse-drawn vehicle. So get out your horses and pull those carts. Some cool things I really like though in the tech tree is there's a flamethrower, which increases your breakthrough, which is just an awesome addition. Here we're looking at the Quinlan Dynasty focus tree, and this seems like it is the generic minor nation focus tree. There's no specific things, it's just support one side or support the other. There's no specific events that happen for China, and you just go between one or the other. So if you're playing as a minor nation, this is more than likely the focus tree that you would be looking at. That does not mean though, in time they will not have their own focus trees, but this is, I guess, the placeholder for now. The last thing I would like to comment on though is every nation really does have a massive either advantage or disadvantage when it comes to troop strength. Germany starts out with 108 divisions. Also, they are very well situated with combat width being at 18 for most of the infantry divisions. On the opposite hand, the Ottoman Empire has most of theirs at 8. All in all, I have to say I'm very impressed with this mod. Like I said in the beginning of the video, hands down 10 out of 10 so far. And this is the most complete mod that I've seen released to date. And the impressive aspect of this is that it's not even released yet. This is a closed beta. This is a private beta, meaning that not a lot of people have access to this. So the developers still have an ample amount of time to either fix issues, bugs, and also add content. So when you guys have the ability to download this mod and add it to Steam, you are going to have one hell of a game. So stay tuned to this channel for more updates to this mod. Definitely leave a comment below, hit that thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know if you want to see a Let's Play with this. I can do another series, I'll add this into my schedule, because this seems to be a very interesting mod to play as a Let's Play. As even more important though, is that there's not another mod that really does it quite as well as this does. So just wait guys, the Great War mod will be coming, and I hope to see you guys out there playing this, because this will be one hell of a good time. As always though, I'm the Flying Ross, and I'll check you guys next time.